and welcome to the first episode of Tendo on the Floor, where three friends talk on the floor.
I'm Bethany.
Floor gang. Hi.
I'm Dallas.
I'm Reed.
Just in case you guys weren't aware.
Yeah, well, we worked together briefly.
Yeah, like 10 months.
10 months on the nose.
Really?
Was
it
pretty
actually?
much, yeah.
Well, it was longer for you then.
Yeah, because I was getting, 31st? It was real close, because, my first day was, June, 10th or 11th. So I was there for 11
And then you started when?
Mine was July 29th, and I know that because that was the very first day that the very first Duck Duck Blue video was uploaded.
So you worked with us almost from the start. That's just a couple weeks after
Yeah, it was literally
we
like 2
opened.
weeks after we opened.
Interesting.
I always forget that. I'm really bad about that, because I'm like, I could have sworn you joined us in October, Reed. And then I'm like, that was Lexus.
Yeah.
The entire time.
I thought it was way later, too. That doesn't
To be
compute.
fair, whenever I first started, I did lay pretty low, I feel like. I just kind of kept to myself. But, I mean, after a while, I opened up, obviously. But.
Right. Well, I definitely would have guessed, end of the year or something, to be honest.
Yeah.
I thought you worked for us about
Dang.
half the time. I mean,
Ouch.
well, and Reed pointed out to me yesterday would have been the 1 year anniversary of Duck Duck Blue opening.
Yeah, that was yesterday.
He posted that little card. I have mine. I found it, by the way.
You
I
did?
thought I lost it. I
Nice,
literally
nice.
thought I lost
What was it?
that Pokemon card you made me.
Oh.
You made us
Yeah,
all
he
the
made
store
business cards out of real Pokemon cards one time, and I actually, on the very last days, whenever I finally got one, because I found one stuck underneath the floorboard.
Underneath the floorboard?
Yeah, it was like the linoleum was coming up and it was shoved underneath. It was weird.
That's wild.
Yeah.
I did not end up with one of those, but I've been making fake Pokemon cards my whole life, so
Yeah.
not a big deal. When you said that, I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. You got. There's probably 1,000 people too watching that don't know, so you got to specify.
Yeah,
But-
that was pretty dope. I love it, and it's the texture of it is mine is one of the first ones you made, so it's all
Where they're
bubbly.
holographic.
Oh, I love it, dude.
Yeah, they're cool.
Makes me stim.
Well, it's a piece of history now. We had a toy store. It's gone, and I guess let's talk about jobs, because I'm sitting here racking my brain what we can talk about on this first one, because you pretty much left the store and were working pretty quickly, right? Do you want to talk about it? Do you want to leave it out?
The liquor store!
The liquor store.
I'm going to refrain from talking about my future workplaces.
That's not a bad idea. Keep your mouth shut. Hey, never miss, what I tell you all the time, never miss a perfectly good opportunity to shut your mouth.
He sure does. It says it every day.
That sounds awful. But
And every day.
sometimes he needs reminding. Sometimes
Just a little bit.
Sometimes we gotta leave it in the bag.
Now, I will add, this might be really bad, stereotypical hit on you, but I'm gonna go ahead and do it. When
I'm ready. I'm
My
ready.
God.
When I started that job, my first thought was, I feel like I'm gonna meet a lot of really teenage boys that could not speak to me. All of them were great. Besides,
Brother,
you
what
couldn't
did I
talk to me
do?
very good either when you first started there. Anyways.
Whatever.
I didn't know all this.
My point of that is, my brother was the same way. He was just a nerdy guy, and he just wasn't very social. I did not realize the insane encounters I'd have at the liquor store. I should have a camera on me at all times. I made a best friend last night.
Did you?
Tweaker.
A tweaker.
Oh, yeah.
We love tweakers. Hooray.
Come in, it's 7:15. We close at 7:30. She is just wanting something with coconut, and she is going on. She's like, you know what? I'm leaving my terrible boyfriend tonight, and you are gonna help me. And she's pointing in my face, and I'm like, you bet your ass I am.
Is that a typical alcohol request? Something you want something with coconut? Coconut flavor?
A lot of people
No.
like the pina coladas and coconut rums.
I'm actually
and
gonna
stuff.
scare both of you. There's this moonshine. It's called Blue Flame. It's Old
Okay.
Smoky moonshine, 130 proof. And I have these
I
men.
don't know what those numbers mean.
Well, I would have just thought the proof was 1 out of 100. I didn't know it went over.
See, that's what I was thinking too. I thought it was it's either
Once you
90
hit
or
100 proof, you're at 50% alcohol. So anything over means it's more alcohol than anything else.
So 200 proof would be rocket fuel.
that's damn near
what
Everclear.
percentage of alcohol is in rubbing alcohol?
Well, that's isopropyl. I mean, that's
Oh, well, that's a
percentage.
completely different thing.
Seriously,
Never mind.
it even work.
Well, it's alcohol, and you could probably drink some and get drunk. You probably die. Not recommended.
just
but you can buy that in percentages too. I buy 97, 99% rubbing alcohol
Yeah.
for electronics, you know?
That is pretty much what Everclear tastes like. Straight rubbing alcohol. Would not recommend.
Have you tried straight rubbing alcohol before?
Well, they...
Don't answer that.
We don't need to go back to the Tide
Aphrid.
partying days.
Yeah.
Aphrid.
But we've taken to calling it the Lickisto. I don't know why.
Lickisto.
But
Come see me, guys. You can see me somewhere else now.
don't tell them where you're at.
Don't do that. I'm at
like-
every liquor store near you.
Yeah, all of them.
Here's the exact GPS coordinates, everyone.
Someone's gonna fucking
Come
comment
join
that on the
me.
YouTube and be like, I found it.
Typically, I'm alone.
Well,
Please stop.
I will say we had our fair share of tweakers at the toy store, but I would imagine you get a few more.
Do not sue.
Please don't sue.
Also, that was the phone call I took. Do you remember?
Oh, the
That
person
one
threatening
guy?
to sue you?
Yeah.
That must have been where I got the do not sue.
I think that's, yeah.
If you don't know, we had a toy store. We made a bunch of content together, and for some reason, I started shouting "Do not sue" all the time. And whatever is in a catchphrase that works, that one worked because I went to conventions and people were shouting down the aisles, "Do not sue," you know.
People
And
liked
so,
it.
so it was a good one. But I think the situation, you don't have to
I
tell
remember-
the story.
I do remember
but
it
that
also.
happened, and I think that day I said it on a video and it stuck.
You were right, because then people were like, do not, like the whole comment section was just filled with that, and then you were like, theme song.
Theme song. Do not sue. But yeah, somebody called us on the phone and just threatened to sue us for something specific, and it was like, oh, because there was the Goodwill stickers and our price tag, and he was like, that's illegal. I'm calling my lawyer.
That's illegal.
Yeah, I was like,
But it was after he was in the store, and also, you know how these things go with people on the internet. We're not even 100% sure the person ever was in the store. He just could have been one of you assholes calling in, you know.
I love that all three
Hey.
of us grabbed our sweet teas at the same time.
Well, you got to have a sweet tea break.
I thought you meant us at first, like calling into work. I was like, we wouldn't do that.
No, just one of
I get it now.
one of those situations. But the three of us will have smashed about a whole jug of Milo sweet tea before this podcast is over.
And I want everyone to know here, I think I called in the least amount of times, and like the longest I called in was because my grandma died.
No.
So I get a hit on that
I don't
one.
know. I feel like I didn't call in very much.
Neither one of you two called in very much. I wouldn't be able to pick one or the other. I mean, no offense here, but I'd probably lean towards Bethany.
I got a
But
baby.
that's because I was gonna say it's because I just don't even remember you calling out. I don't remember you calling out at all. I remember Reed a
No,
couple
Reed's like,
times.
you know what? I have today off. I'll just come work. Can I
you-
just come in today? My 7th day in a row?
Sometimes I got a little addicted to the store. I will admit.
Like Reed wanted to be there,
Yeah.
which I don't remember either of you calling off a bunch.
Do you remember whenever I first started? It was like you couldn't keep me out of the store. It was like literally on my days off, I was just coming in there shopping, just all
No,
the
I
time.
actually want you guys to know that Dallas had to text us and be like, hey, you guys gotta like clock out a little sooner and like make sure you leave on time, please. Because Reed was there.
It was all. I mean, it was everybody, but like you know,
Dude, I was pretty bad about it though. I can't lie. I
Yeah.
was there for a while.
the
where I
store would
just-
close at 7, and Reed would be clocking out at like 8:35.
I got a little too into some projects, but it's okay.
I mean, sometimes it was necessary, but you
Not
know,
all the time.
sometimes it was just.
I probably could have hurried up a little
Sometimes
bit.
it was your ADHD ass just like recounting the money the 13th time because you lost count.
Okay, I had a really bad problem with counting that drawer, dude. It would literally take me like 10 different times just to reassure myself that this is the right number.
I'd be the same way.
Yeah.
I have to sneeze so bad.
Oh my god.
Penguins. Sneezing penguins. I think that's what my friends used to say. I don't know.
It's gonna stay there. It's gonna fester for the next 30 minutes.
But back to the liquor store.
The liquor store.
What ratio of crazy people you've encountered in your life happened at our store and now the liquor store?
Oh my. I've literally worked at this liquor store like barely a month and a half, and there's definitely been more encounters on like a singular week.
Really, than all of the other store?
Yeah, and I can't lie, I love that. Not really. Not at all. Because I'm usually, you're right, like Reed was like, alone, by myself. Yeah, not a good
Okay,
look.
I didn't mean you should go ahead and tell them that if that was the truth.
None of you find my coordinates, or I will be very angry.
Well, at the store, I remember 2 or 3 specific instances where like someone came in and was definitely tweaking, and I just like, what a wild place to come and be crazy at, a freaking toy store. I mean, the liquor store makes sense, so that's why I asked that question. I mean,
There is actually one that I could mention, but if I do that, I might get sued by someone in my daughter's family.
Someone
He'd be like, "Oh my God, I can't believe he brought me."
So somebody new came in acting crazy.
No, you were there.
At the store. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No.
He knew who I was.
I wasn't even there, and I remember it vividly.
Yeah, no, I remember that now. So
I was gonna get my ass beat apparently by a grown man.
well, it's so funny because the only other retail job I had before our toy store was I worked at a music store back in Kentucky years and years ago. And it wasn't that often, but still, like, a crazy person would come in and just be crazy. And I just thought, and I never thought about that until we opened this store, and it would happen once a month. Or for me, I know, probably happened way more for y'all because you were there every day. But, like, is that just what people do? Is this normal? I mean, the liquor store, you expect it. But, like, just does every retail worker, I'm sure there's plenty of retail people working, is it just common knowledge that somebody's going to walk in and be crazy in a given day?
It's pretty common. As somebody
Ross
who has
was that,
had
dude.
more retail jobs than any other job, it's common. I've had it at every single job. I think the worst one for me was I don't want to say it on camera just in case,
Okay,
but
that's fine.
yeah, I worked at this one store and it was the worst. And we went there just the other day. And a lot of people liked discounts there, heavy discounts, and so they would often demand heavy discounts even if it didn't have one, and it got very, very violent sometimes. And
Oh, I worked
it was
at
not fun, dude.
the same store you worked at, man, and like, I had a lady piss on the floor.
No, I know
Okay,
that's a different store, and I know what store you're talking about. I had a lady shit on the floor and clean it up with baby clothes. In the aisle. Didn't even go to the bathroom. Stood there in the aisle just digging in her butt. Like
every podcast is gonna go to poop.
oh
eventually.
yeah, at some point
At
poop
some
always
point,
wins.
Yeah, that's crazy. Again, never having had many retail jobs, I can't say that I've seen that. But I did work for a janitorial company once, and I was literally the guy. This company had a thing where if you had a puke or poop related incident, we would show up and clean it up for like a flat fee of like $275, and it was a lot. I mean, just like some places, just rather than touch it themselves, would be happy to pay that money, and that was a pretty crazy business model, I thought.
There was one of the businesses that I worked at where we had essentially a poop flood coming from the men's restroom, and what they did instead of hiring professionals to clean it up, they just decided to take box fans to it and let it dry out. And yeah, that's whenever I quit. It was pretty awful.
Yeah, that is awful.
Yeah.
To add on to the story of the lady pissing on the floor, I was 8 months pregnant and they told me to clean it up, and that is what
That's
caused me
crazy.
to quit.
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, you can't be doing that.
I was like, listen, I already don't get on the floor, but I am not touching that. And they're like, it's dog pee. That is not
Yeah,
from a dog.
I mean, they make such big deal out of messing with kitty litter and stuff when you're pregnant because of very specific diseases, and yeah, you don't need to be doing any of that pregnant.
You want to know all the fun things you can't do while pregnant?
Sure.
Everything.
I didn't see that one coming. I thought you had a list for us.
I do. You can't have cold deli meat. Who in the hell wants to heat it? Yeah.
I didn't know that. That's
Like,
crazy.
You know those really cheap packs of honey ham?
Can you even have like
fucking-
salami?
No. Has
What?
to be like, okay, I can go to Subway, right? And you get a
hate being
toasted
pregnant.
sandwich. Fine.
Okay.
But if I want anything cold, no. And that's all I wanted. And that's like, I did not want my sandwich toasted. I tried eating it and I fucking threw up. Blech, blech.
Well, I was gonna say, I mean, what happens if you have a pregnancy craving for the one thing you can't have? You're just shit out of luck.
I was honestly pissed. The only thing that sufficed was I did make fried bologna. Have any of you ever fried up some German bologna?
I've had normal fried or like Japanese fried bologna, but
That
not
is
like
like
anything
my,
else.
what do you call it? Struggle meal.
Struggle
Struggle
meal?
meal. I used to put some ketchup, drizzle it on. Oh, gourmet.
Is a struggle meal when you're struggling, or is that when you can't afford much, so you gotta eat
It's-
something cheap?
It's not even really if you can't afford much. It's just like if you don't have much.
Oh.
Like if you haven't gone shopping in a while, or if you can't afford it, or if you're struggling, whatever. My favorite struggle meal is cinnamon sugar toast. where you literally just take a piece of bread and toast it, and you put butter on it and cinnamon sugar.
That's
pretty
very
great.
specific.
He has the
Pretty good.
hiccups.
Oh, well, if you haven't heard him making all kinds of noises, there is a baby just off the side of the screen. And we're, like 15 minutes into this podcast, and I've been wondering how long he's going to make it. I think he's really entertained with us talking at him.
Yeah, he's just looking at us, man.
I think he thinks
Look
he's
at
the
that
audience.
face.
Look at him smiling.
Oh, my God.
You guys don't get to see the best part of this.
I have baby fever times 1,000, and I already have a toddler.
Just because of him?
Yeah.
Just seeing
Just
him
being
every day?
around.
I could just look at him all day. You know it, too.
Man,
Yeah.
your life would be swamped with a toddler and a baby.
Aneurysm.
Well, I was gonna say we went to lunch a
gang up
couple times.
together.
And we went to lunch and stuff a couple times, and like we look wild both chasing. You're chasing down your toddler, and I'm like trying to wipe his butt. We look like we're just.
It's actually really fun having conversations because I'm running after Raven and Dallas is just slowly following me with a baby and he's either changing a diaper, burping, or feeding him and we're full conversation. It's never missed and we just keep. That's what parenthood is.
Yeah, you
You'll
just-
get it there.
yeah.
And then I come out of the woods and say, check out this SpongeBob thing I found.
That is most of our interactions. Well, Reed, are you comfortable talking about children? Do you want them? Do you not want them? Do you not want to talk about it?
I mean, I'm comfortable talking about it. I don't think I ever want one of my own. If I ever did, I would probably just adopt or something. I don't
That's
know.
dope.
Just because, in my opinion, personally, the difference between having my own child and raising a child that's already been born isn't that different for me. Like I'm pretty okay with both the same amount. So if I can, I'd rather just give a child a home who doesn't have one yet.
Nice.
You know,
Look at that. So sweet.
just what my morals.
I always wanted one, but then I got, traveling through my whole 20s, traveling, working and stuff was not very conducive. Never looked like I was going to settle down. And then, I don't know. As it happens to most people, you just end up having one.
That's kind of that's what I was really going to say was like, because Reed was like you're saying like, oh, I'm not really like wanting one of my own. I'm like,
Yeah.
I always wanted some, like Dallas said, but I had Raven when I was 19. I got pregnant really young, so it was kind of like, all right, let's do this.
Here we
What's
are.
happening?
Here
Should
we
be
are.
2 really soon, and it's solid.
I can't imagine what a 2-year-old's like. Jasper's like, what now, 9? He's probably 10 weeks now. I've stopped being able to count the weeks, really. He's going to be 3 months before long. And, I run into people with other kids, and I'll be like, how old's yours? And they'll be like, 1. And I'm like, he's bigger. Jasper's bigger than your 1-year-old. There's a lot of that. So that's surprising. And like, I've started dressing him in shirts and t-shirts instead of onesies. And he looks so much more like a little boy than a baby now. And but I can't imagine what 2 is going to be like. If he's already this big and eating this much, 2 years is going to wreck me financially.
Pick your battles. Let me tell you, I had to choose between her shoe options were like two opposite shoes this morning. Like she brought me
That's
2
what
shoes,
she chose?
and it was 1 black Croc, 1 purple Croc, or I could do a tennis shoe and a sandal. And I tried to go get, like, these were 4 different shoes. I tried to get the other pair from each fucking shoe, and she was screaming. I'm surprised none of you heard that. Because she was screaming at the top of her lungs. I was actually shell-shocked. I didn't know what to do. So we left the house, went to Evansville, like Cracker Barrel, my doctor's appointments, Target, Walmart, with a sandal and a tennis shoe on her feet.
Wild.
Is
I
Cracker
had to-
Barrel still fire?
Oh, Cracker Barrel is gas.
I forgot about that. So I about 3 times a day, each one of us, which is to say like 9 to 10 times throughout the day, we all are just like, what are you doing?
Yeah,
And so-
we need to like have a screenshot of our text up on
And
this.
it's just a bunch of what are you doing? And so I texted that to them. And honestly, I think I sent that when I did because I was thinking forward to recording this podcast. And you know me, I was like trying to think ahead, but then I never replied again after that. But she replied Cracker Barrel. And I was like, God, like what a great idea.
Honestly, that wasn't technically an invite, so screw both of you guys for not joining.
Hey man, I can't afford to drive to Evansville right now.
No, what actually happens is Reed tries to get me and Dallas to hang out till 2 a.m. because the motherfucker doesn't get up till 12 and he doesn't understand.
That's true. Something happens after you have a kid where it's like you're going to bed at 9:30.
I'm just a night owl, and I don't have a kid, so
Yeah.
I mean,
tried to pull an all-nighter like a couple weeks ago, and I thought I was gonna die the next morning.
That I can't and will not do
Yeah.
is all-nighters. I used to be able to, like middle school, pull them all week long, baby. I'd be, back to back, whatever.
He just didn't sleep at all.
Yeah, basically.
We are literally 20 years old in our early 20s, brother, and we can't pull an all-nighter. That's kind of pathetic.
Well,
Okay.
It's not pathetic. I think it's pretty normal.
I don't know. I went to college at 23, and when I got there, everybody else was 18 or 19, of course. And people would just be like, it was a popular thing to drive a couple towns over to Paducah, Kentucky, and go to Steak and Shake. But they always wanted to do it at midnight, and I would always agree. They'd come to get me at about 11, and I would just be like, I'm going to die. I'm going to go to sleep now. Y'all go. And I never went. They probably did it 100 times. I never went.
I don't know, man. I always enjoy that stuff. I love that kind of stuff where you just go out and do random things at the weirdest hours. But that's just me. That's just how my personality is.
Yeah.
I thrive on it.
I have to leave to go to the bathroom. I will be back.
All right. Well, we'll fill the dead air.
Please do. Where is your bathroom?
You can use that one right there. Just so you have to step over the dolly and around the pool cart. But there should be adequate soap and toilet paper.
Bethany
now.
shit herself on podcast.
I have a lot of cool family and friends, and they've been hooking me up with the shower curtain rods and all that stuff. So that bathroom just sort of got set up with all of its amenities, so people can use it.
Did you finally get the shower curtain rod out of your truck?
No.
No?
I'm a
Darn.
useless piece of shit. Also, so I keep forgetting it out there. It's been rained on like twice, but I use that one in there. I doubt anyone's coming to my house to shower, so I'll get it eventually. But it's working, so I've had people come over like, where's your bathroom? And I'm like, right there. And I'm like, no, wait, there's literally nothing in there.
But then they're like, wait, where am I going to shower? How am I going to... Just the random people that come over,
Yeah. Well, my apartment's swiftly turning into an apartment, but I have this age-old problem, me being me, that I got to have a workspace. And Jasper is still young enough that he's going to, sleep in my room for a long time to come. So I'm even like... I think I'm going to decorate my bedroom as his because I already have just this massive treasure trove of stuff to decorate his room with. So I'm going to do that and then use my other room as a workshop to do my eBay shipping and stuff like this.
Yeah.
And put all my tools in there and just be able to work on stuff and be able to access my tools. But I kind of hate that. Having the shop like we did when we had our toy store. It
gives you a secondary location.
Yeah, well, then I didn't have to have anything at home.
Yeah,
The only thing I had in my home, and I've talked about this for years on this channel because this is sort of a can of worms, but I just posted that music video in front of my shelf, my old yellow shelves.
It's like that was basically just a perfect spot to film just etc. things.
But it used to be in my living room, is what I'm getting at. Those yellow shelves, as they were set up in that video, yes, they were in a warehouse when I filmed that, but they used to be in my home, and I really got swallowed by it. So I want this place to be a home. I want to have Jasper's toys and mobiles and pack and plays and all that around. But I don't want to be swallowed by it. So I'm really giving myself a set of rules where it's like it all stays in there.
Yeah, no, that's really good. It's a good work-life balance. I feel like
100%.
Especially with Jasper, as he's going to be growing up, he's not going to necessarily want to be around that all the time either. So that's great.
Well, hopefully by the time he's a big kid, we'll move on to greener pastures, as it were. But I've struggled with this my whole life, as someone who's a borderline hoarder. But I'm also trying to get rid of a lot of stuff too. So
you have gotten rid of so much stuff just in the past 2 months.
Yeah, my truck's
crazy.
full. My truck's full of stuff that's just going to go in the trash or Goodwill tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's hard, but you don't need a 13th screwdriver set. So chill out, buddy. Give a few of them away.
You can have your one nice one,
For sure.
I've been kind of doing the same thing, just trying to clean house a bit with all of my extra stuff, and maybe I'm really trying to make my collections more concise with each other, where it's like this is a set of specific things and this is a set of specific things, and if it goes a little too out of it, I won't get it. I've started making new rules for myself like that, and it's helped a lot.
Well, you've got to, but something I don't know if you've ever considered, because we talk about stuff like this a lot, but there'll be a lot of people watching that can back up what I'm saying. I sort of, for a while, became somebody that really inspired people to collect and keep stuff, and I always didn't know exactly how to feel about it because I like collecting stuff. Honestly, like, again, the best part about having that workshop was just like being able to put all the stuff where it goes and on display, and that's all really cool. But like, I think that part of my life is over.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be a little gay real quick.
Do
I'm
it.
back, by the way. I would have never been able to do this shit before working for you. I'm gonna be honest, man. This shit gave me infinite levels of anxiety, even though, like, I can rewatch this if I really wanted to. You could edit whatever you want out. I was like, in the moment, I could not get over myself. I
Really?
just couldn't. And I was like, holy shit, they're gonna judge me. I look
I
like
mean, even I've noticed, like,
like,
even just since, like, you starting at the store up until, like,
does,
all the way
yeah.
till now, so much better.
Well-
You deal with the camera so much better. And honestly, I don't really know how much I've progressed. I feel like I haven't really progressed much.
I wish you could have
but
seen
I
me,
don't
like,
know.
when I first made videos, because Dallas would give me the simplest
Oh,
tasks.
trust me, I remember.
would fuck it up.
I remember you'd be like, oh, and here we're gonna do the, oh, and like drop something.
It was literally just my anxiety and self-doubt, and I literally have gotten better, because, like, me being like,
Yeah.
oh, I should have recorded my own shit at Goodwill earlier. Like, I would have never
Yes,
had
like
that
you thought of that.
Oh,
That's the thing.
I've been criticizing these guys to no end. They'll do really cool shit, and I'll be like, "Did you film it?"
And then there's just
which is
crickets.
not,
No.
which is not good. You should not live your life that
Like,
way.
literally earlier, she walked into the door and said, "Reed, do you have this McDonald's Happy Meal toy yet?" And the first thing Dallas said was, like, "Where's your camera?" Or, "You both need cameras on you."
I stopped him. I said, both, and I acted real serious, like I was with Dad. I said, "Listen, guys, both of you need a camera in your pocket at all
Literally
times,
saddest day.
because you're just doing the coolest shit off camera." But again, I maintain, I'm half joking, but you know, we've all been communicating a lot about making content and the future of doing it, and obviously Reed has his own channel, and he's working really hard on that. So it's like,
Well, to be fair, my, like, when I was a kid, I'm not even gonna say a kid, but, like, before life kind of got harder, not to get too deep, but, like, I struggled a lot with mental health in my teenage years, and I had a really close friend. We're still, what's up, man? We're still best friends.
JJ wants a microphone.
He does. Look at him.
Let him speak his truth.
He does. Yeah. He knows.
I hope the mics can
Me
hear that.
too.
Me too. I think he's
Continue, I'm
trying.
sorry.
No, you're
I'm
good.
sorry my son is so rude.
He's awesome. I love him. He's the greatest. But our goal was to just do dumb shit on YouTube. Like, do you know who Kian and JC are? Or, like, any of, like, Sam and Colby? Have you heard of them? They used
I
to
think
do,
so, yeah.
I've heard of that one.
They used to do, like, they were just best friends recording them doing shit. Like, that is what we wanted to do. She moved away in middle school. She had to move to Texas. Was literally out of her control. So, like, we didn't get to spend any of our the rest of our cringy middle school years or any of our high school years together. She moved back. Thank God. She's fucking awesome. One of my best friends still to this day. She lives in Evansville, and she's dating one of our other close friends. But that is what I want to do. So, like, the fact that I have this, like, ability to, like, do this and, like, not be all weird is kind of cool, because I used to be so scared.
This is something I've been wanting to talk about on a podcast or a video with us for a very long time and haven't been able to until just recently, because I finally privated and took down all of the videos. But I used to have a YouTube channel back in middle school.
This motherfucker.
And I used to have a vlog that was called The Only Show Worth Watching. I only had about 12 episodes out, but I did them like once every 2 weeks or something like that. And it was just like vlogs of me and my friends doing the stupid shit that we did in middle school. Oh no.
I think he's tired of listening to us. Continue, please.
Yeah. But anyway, I did that vlog for probably like 1 or 2 years or something. And then I just did random other videos back in middle school too that I did.
Mom,
I remember doing a cover
can
of
we
Gary
get
Come Home.
McDonald's? The
Don't
fact
reference
that none of you can see those videos anymore is quite upsetting. Oh,
Nah,
look at
it's
that.
okay. You didn't want to see him.
What's up, my buddy?
Y'all don't get to look at him.
Yeah.
If he
Not
doesn't
yet.
keep his eyes fixed on us, he will.
Pause.
So I have a bunch more questions. Oh yeah, I thought you were getting the sweet tea.
I
You
did
need
too.
that too. I can't lie.
Hell yeah.
Oh, show them one of those. Shake one of them. Bethany contributed those to the cause, and he loves them. He'll get the kicking real high.
Raven's like favorite thing. I'm so glad.
I want to point out a couple things that are interesting. you never told me that you had that interest in making videos and that kind of thing. No, I remember Anna telling me that something similar, anyways. Yeah. So the fact that just about everyone we hired at the store sort of had those interests is really interesting. Sort of lucky. Well, is it interesting, or is it really just the fact that your generation was the first one to grow up with YouTube?
Because we really did grow up with the same YouTubers. Like we grew up with, the first group of popular YouTubers. So
I was personally, I was a PewDiePie, Jacksepticeye, and Markiplier.
I was a
lover.
Markiplier, dude. The pink mustache was on everything back in middle school.
What was that game? What did he play? Amnesia?
Yes, it was Amnesia with Tiny Box Tim.
Oh Lord,
it was amazing. I wish I could go back.
Well, it's crazy. That's sort of, I don't know what to do with that fact that both, because I knew Reed had YouTube obsessions when he was a kid. But seriously, is this just Providence and luck of the draw that we all ended up together, or is it just
you just felt our vibe?
Any child your age that I would have hired would have had YouTube dreams?
I feel like it's a good mix of both, to be fair, because I feel like, yes, our generation, almost everyone did have the thoughts yes, whenever I get older, all of my friends are going to be rich and live in a mansion together and do YouTube videos, right? That was the dream. But I also feel like maybe kids didn't always go as far as we did to try and achieve them, or at least speaking for myself anyway.
Most kids will not end up uploading a YouTube video at all.
I mean, I had almost 100 videos done, I think, at that point.
Posted?
Yeah, by the time
That's
that
wild.
No, dude, I actually took it pretty serious for a while.
That's awesome.
We made stupid, actually, if Vine still existed, you guys could go on there, because I never privated, that's where I was getting popular with my friend Tatum. It was Vine.
That's awesome.
Because I thought that was easier for my anxiety at the time. They're 5 to 10 second videos.
A lot less stressful.
I could come up with something goofy, and I think the most likes I ever got on Vine at the time was 2,000, but I was 13, and I was holy shit.
I never posted on Vine, but I did have it, and I watched. I was obsessed with it.
I mean, I could see being really young in 2000, seeming like so much. You got something to say, buddy? He's just breathing. You just breathe into the mic.
He's smarter than I mean.
Oh.
There you go. Jasper has spoken. So, what were we talking about?
I don't even remember.
Babies.
Well, that's all you can think about.
Why I want another one.
So with YouTube, when you guys were that age, it's kind of crazy because I remember when YouTube was new, which you guys are not going to remember.
2005.
I remember because I wasn't out of high school yet, and even then, not everyone knew what it was in 2005. By the time I graduated high school, I for sure knew what it was and for sure had begun using it, because by that point, I was well on track to be a videographer and get into all this stuff that I do now. And by that time, YouTube tutorials on how to do camera-related stuff were how I got my first video job.
Yeah.
So I was really into it, but until I was probably 20, let's say 26 or 27, I never really saw YouTube as entertainment. I think it wasn't until Casey Neistat and
It was more like a tool.
Well, until
that
Casey Neistat, which would have been the person that made me think about doing daily vlogs when I started doing that. Because I watched him for years until he was done before I ever started doing it. And so I had a pretty different experience with it than you guys would have.
I remember Casey Neistat, especially 2014, 2015 was super influential.
Oh yeah.
Just every YouTuber, every animation YouTuber, every vlogger would always talk about him just all the time. And they always wanted interviews with him and stuff too. And it was great. I love Casey Neistat.
Now that you guys bring up the past YouTube shit, if I'm being honest, I have an older brother, so he was always influential with certain video games, but like I said, I was watching PewDiePie. Dear God.
You just tried to put Markiplier and PewDiePie together, didn't you?
PewDiePie.
His name is Felix. I can just call him Felix now. He's completely changed.
Fine.
He has a whole fucking baby now, and that's crazy. I had a baby before him. Anyways.
That's crazy.
That is fucking crazy. Watching him play Amnesia, all of his horror run-throughs, fire as fuck. I'm I think I was 7 or 8 watching him pretty solid. And then the Walking Dead games came out.
Oh.
And I shit myself. That is I literally begged my grandparents for a PC. I think they found found like a cheap one at a yard sale, and my brother helped build it up for me so I could actually use it to play like certain games. It was so slow, so old. My favorite thing in the world. I had that for like 12 years before it literally would not turn on. I just could not.
What else did you play on it?
Mainly The Walking Dead. What is it called? There's another game by Telltale. The Wolf Among Us, maybe? Is that what it is?
Oh, yeah, The Wolf Among Us.
That is
Is that one of those games where it's a bunch of people playing, but only one of them is like chasing everybody?
Like Dead by Daylight,
No, that's
kinda?
like Dead
There's
by
a
Daylight and
dozen
Left 4
games.
Dead, but I also played those games. It's like any of your choices matter. There's like 4 different choices, and based on your choice,
Like a turn by number, like the
yeah,
Books,
your
like the
choice,
adventures.
like, and then once you finish that season of the game, at the end of it, it tells you how many people like picked your choice, and then you get to figure out if you were
It's
the
kind of like
least
Minecraft
likely.
story mode. Like
Yes.
how that kind of works.
Minecraft story.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
Same exact
like,
thing.
I'm sure.
But
I've collected those Minecraft games before, but I've never once played them.
I
You can
started-
play one of them on Netflix. Did you know that?
Yes,
Yes.
it is one of the interactive games, and my favorite interactive movie on Netflix is Bandersnatch Black Mirror.
I was
It is
literally
so
gonna bring
good.
that up. That
My
shit
God,
is
I don't know if it's still on
crazy.
there or not, but
It
is
is
amazing.
It is
Okay.
insane.
Well, I can
Great.
tell you were excited because that's the first time this whole time you peaked the audio meter.
My bad, my
You got
bad.
so excited.
My like that is like a trip. It literally is insane.
Dude,
I was having-
Bandersnatch. Go watch it. It is so good.
I
Seriously.
remember when that came out. I remember
Yeah.
people talking about it, but my attention span I can control for work and for video editing. I can sit down and edit for hours, but I don't know, something in that kind of thing. I don't have the attention span for it. I just won't.
Honestly,
it doesn't stick.
I liked it because it wasn't really like you had to make any hard decisions. It was more just like you couldn't decide which one you were more intrigued to see next.
Right.
Like which outcome, you know?
I beg both of you to go watch The Perks of Being a Wallflower.
I've
It's
seen it
almost
like a
2
million
hours long.
times. Shut up.
Please.
What year did
already
that movie
seen
come
it.
out? Because I saw it when it was new.
2012.
Okay, so a long time ago.
Yeah.
I guess it was 2011.
I was gonna say I'm pretty sure it's 2012. I was
Something like that.
obsessed.
One or two.
Did I ever tell you guys that I am in a book? Something I wrote was published into a book.
No.
Yeah, I have the book
more.
downstairs. It was actually like a writing contest competition.
That's pretty crazy.
My 8th grade English teacher entered me and a couple of my friends into it. We had the option of making a presentation or writing a paper for our final. I was one of the only 3 people that wrote the 10-page paper. Because that's how scared I was of presentating. The presentation was 60 seconds. A 1-minute presentation or a 10-page paper. Ladies and gentlemen, that's what I want to tell you. That's what I chose. And I wrote it about this book because the prompt was write about something that changed your life. And like said, mental health struggles my entire life. This book, like, you read this entire book and you don't know what's wrong with the character until the very end. And you are literally mind-boggled because everything, it's like a snap, snap, snap in your mind. And you're just like it jaw-dropping. Most amazing thing ever. I wrote to the author. He wrote back to me. I still have the letter from Stephen Chbosky. And then I got $200 for being in the book because I was like one of the top higher placers.
So the book was a compilation of things that kids specifically wrote?
That's
Yeah,
so cool.
ages 14 to 17.
That's pretty cool.
The timeline.
Hey, it's better than I ever did. And I went to school for writing and everything else. You beat me. That's really interesting. The things we didn't know about Bethany. She had YouTube dreams. She was a good enough writer to be published. That's pretty great. Tell us more.
I
write poetry now. Don't know if I'll ever let y'all see that or not.
I
Maybe
have a
one
few
day.
writings and they are out, but I don't think you guys can find them. And honestly,
Is it
I
like
don't know if I want you
SpongeBob
to.
fan fiction?
No.
We
Hell
scared
no.
JJ with that laugh.
I'll give you guys a hint just in case if you can find it, because I am actually still proud of them. But one of them is called "How to Disappear Completely." Shared the same name as the Radiohead
You
song.
showed me this actually.
That one is my favorite one that I've ever written, aside from the other one, "Nostalgia in My Bedroom," which, if you guys can find them, you can read them. But I'm not going to.
Reed has
any more
taken
hints.
things I wrote at Duck Duck Blue out of the trash and been like, Bethany, this is really good. Why did you throw it away? I'm like,
yeah.
it's not
Well,
finished.
that's a little creepy, but okay.
I do that all the time. If I see something interesting in the trash, bro, I'm pulling it out. I don't care.
I did a job. I did a job once where I went around to a bunch of state fairs. Okay, and one of the state fairs I went to was in New York, upstate New York. I think New Albany. Does that sound right? I don't know.
Yeah.
But it was up in upstate New York, and the job that I did, there would be these local hires. They weren't really carnies or anything. They were more like brand representatives. They would represent the brands that I'm filming for. And there was this one girl, and she was so interesting. I ended up spending a week with her. Nothing romantic or anything, just hanging out for the sake of the job. And of course, I'm filming everybody, so it's nice to sort of pick somebody to really help me film things. And we just get to talking, and it turns out she wasn't born in America. She presented very American, but she was actually born in, I can't even remember where, but somewhere else, and that was interesting. And after a whole week of talking about all this interesting stuff and her interest, we start talking about writing, not dissimilar to this conversation we're having now. And she starts telling me and showing me how she has these blog posts with millions of reads, millions of interactions.
That's crazy.
And you know what it was?
What?
I shit you not. You're going to love this.
It's going to be like furry fanfic.
One Direction fan fiction.
My Chemical Romance fanfiction.
Oh! I'm going to see My Chemical Romance in like 3 weeks, bro.
And like,
Was it Mikey Way?
I don't know, but I mean, it was definitely salacious in nature.
Mikey fucking Way.
You've written fan fiction, haven't you? For One Direction, I'm gonna die. I gotta pull my pants up.
Do you guys know who the MagCon boys are?
I have no idea.
No.
If you are a younger individual, you will know. These men got popular just for being attractive. Cameron Dallas, Nash Greer.
Yo.
If you know any of those people, I mean, there's more than just those two, but they got popular just because they were attractive teenage boys.
Like on TikTok? Or what?
Yeah, but this is before TikTok existed. They were popular on Vine.
Oh, okay.
Wait, no, I've heard the Dallas one before.
Cameron Dallas?
Yeah, Cameron Dallas. I do know him. I don't know the other ones.
I don't know. I don't even fucking remember the rest of their names. But this is before. Like, it was really hard. Like, I feel like it's so easy. Like, TikTok exists. So, like, if there is an attractive person, popular, millions of followers just because they dance.
Boom. There you go.
I've definitely I'll watch random YouTube content that's about the TikTok sphere, and there's definitely like these very similar looking boys, and there's a million of them that are just famous for like looking at the camera and being all swagged out. And that's all their content. They're just
That is what this
They've
was.
got fluffy hair, and it goes
And like these men had like meet and greets, and like for
That's
what?
crazy,
They had
yeah.
no talent. They would do nothing, but they were essentially charging thousands of dollars for podcasts, and they would talk to you like this, and they were just famous for existing.
Yeah, well, it's funny because that sounds so specific to now, but the fact that that was 10, 12 years ago is crazy.
Right?
And I did write fanfic.
You did or didn't?
I did.
Of what, though?
Yeah,
Of
bro.
those guys?
Those guys and One Direction.
Okay.
Larry Stylinson. People used to ship Lewis and Harry. Oh, yeah. Dang, dude.
Little buddy burp.
Good job, buddy. Kick those feet for us. Kick them.
The ADHD is crazy in this house.
Yeah, all of us have it. JJ remains to be seen. That's pretty crazy, though. But I'll never forget talking to that girl throughout that week.
That is actually really cool though that she just kind of had that.
He knew.
Yeah.
I don't need it anymore.
How are you not?
We're all gonna have to pee really soon.
My bladder just...
I remember talking to this person, and she was really interesting, and going through, and we would talk about writing, and then she laid that one on me, and I was just like,
Laid it on you.
And she was talking about how like her mom really thought she should publish it, but of course I don't think we discussed this, but you know how 50 Shades of Grey is just Twilight fan fiction? They just changed the names.
Yeah.
They changed it back to normal stuff. Like, it was that kind of thing. Like, I mean, if millions of people read it and thumbs upped it or whatever, like, that's pretty crazy.
I'm just saying, I have actually read 50 Shades of Grey, and that comment is literally so serious. Like, it just being Twilight rewritten is so accurate.
I've never seen Twilight or 50 Shades of Grey. Me and my mom were just talking about Orange is the New Black the other day. That's one I haven't heard anyone talk about in a while.
I never watched it.
I never
Both of
did
these
either,
women
but-
in these books have horrific mental problems, and both of these men are manipulative fucks. That's literally what Twilight and 50 Shades of Grey is. Because there's no, like... Have you seen New Moon? Watch that. There is, like, a timeline where Bella sits in her room for 3 months straight, and it just is literally a video of the cameras surrounding her, and it's like October, November, December.
The only thing that I know about Twilight is that one of my favorite artists did some songs for it, Bon Iver. Do you know?
Bon Iver's.
Yeah.
Did he
Love
make
Bon
music
Iver.
original for?
Huh?
He
For
did.
it?
Yeah, he
I didn't
did.
know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, it's really, really good.
That's
I
hilarious.
love Bon Iver.
That's definitely not how it's pronounced.
There's a Decode by Paramore is also in the first Twilight.
know.
Paramore is
Decode.
really good. I love Paramore. Haley Williams, top 10 white people.
I was gonna say I might have been listening to Paramore before y'all were born. Not 100%
Correct,
sure.
you did. You know who? I was literally.
Here we go. Tell
I
us
gotta take
something
a
else
breather.
crazy.
Oh, okay. I just lost it. I'm gonna start laughing now. I swear, this is.
I do suspect that when the Twilight movies came out originally, they were taken a lot more serious than history has now remembered them. Just
Definitely.
Oh
I
my
remember
God,
it being
I had
like
a
an
Team
actual
Edward
debate,
shirt.
dude. Like, I remember like because wasn't there like two different guys that people were like rooting for? And it
Jacob
was,
and
like,
Edward.
Yeah, Team Jacob or Team Edward.
Right.
I remember that
I'm
specifically.
not helping my case.
Well, the crazy part for me, and I don't mean to sound all snooty, though I'm probably going to, I hadn't yet went to school for writing and taken writing as serious as I eventually would. And like I remember I was in a band, we were playing metal, my hair was down past my shoulders, we were headbangers, and all the other guys in my band were obsessed with Twilight. They're like, you gotta read it. Like,
Somebody's got to send me a picture of that. You with long hair.
I think if you get on my Facebook, there's something.
Reed, I guarantee you've probably stalked this man enough to find
No,
out.
actually, weirdly enough, no. I tried for a very long time to completely refrain from the Tendo channel, just because I didn't want to take any inspiration for Duck Duck Blue stuff at the
Well,
time.
it's funny you say that. I've always, not to change the subject, I do need to finish the Twilight thought, but I always refrained from watching YouTube when I was doing my daily videos. Because I guess I could be a copycat. I can see somebody do something and go, I'm going to go home and do that on my video.
See, I have the same problem. That's exactly why I didn't do
Yeah.
it. I was like, I know I'm just going to see cool shit and want to do it.
And then sometimes even subconsciously, I mean, when you're
Yeah.
just constantly making stuff, it'll seep in. But Twilight, all these guys in my band are just like, they're just bonding in band practice. So I'm like, okay, I'm the bass player. I'll go read Twilight.
These are the lads, right?
Honest to God, yes. What did you say?
I said these are the lads, right?
No, this band was called Matches Malone at the time. Yeah, buddy.
Ooh.
Good job. I swear to God, I read it and I was like, it didn't help that around the same time I think I had read. It might have been a little after. I was reading a lot of stuff, and so I was really into some good stuff, and I try to read Twilight, and just the way it's written, it was just written poorly. And I'm not even talking like structure, just like syntax. and
Stephanie
sentence.
Meyer's gonna come sue you.
Well, you know what it's probably like? If you read all of Harry Potter and then you go back to the first one, obviously J.K. Rowling's got way better as it progresses. It's probably something similar. Nobody's first book's going to be amazingly over the top.
J.K. Rowling can sue me because she sucks.
Well,
Continue.
Screw her.
but it's so silly. I just remember, and I probably should. Ultimately, I'm saying I should have stuck with it. I probably would have liked them by the end, but then I wasn't. It wasn't much longer that To Kill a Mockingbird. I'm sorry. What's it called?
Hunger Games.
The Hunger Games. To Kill a Mockingbird. Not the
Two
same.
very different
Yes.
mockingbirds.
Not the same at all. I remember those came out, and I remember reading it for the first time and thinking, this is crazy. This is almost like, books of that kind are supposed to be like middle school, upper middle school, lower
Yeah.
high school reading level. And like, go back and read To Kill a Mockingbird. The writing, the level is like college and above. And it might have been the first time I read fiction that was in that, like, it's very cerebral and the syntax and the
The
sentence
Hunger
structures.
Games series was written amazingly.
Yeah, just impeccable.
I never read any of them. I
would
wasn't a
honestly
very big
recommend it,
book
man.
Reader, so
Oh, well, you're lame.
Yeah, well,
I like some, but I just
listen. Get out.
Leave.
No, see, in middle school, I was reading poetry books. I didn't like the narrative books because I couldn't pay attention. And
I
so
will
it was
say-
like, I literally 2 days after
In the
starting
room.
one, I wouldn't ever touch it again. I didn't care. I'd rather just watch the movie. And now I'm much better about it, and I love reading and whatever. And like, I read The Perks of Being a Wallflower and all that, but. Dude, like, back then, you couldn't get me to read anything. I wouldn't read the label on something if I didn't have to. Like,
That sounds like my little brother. It's definitely the ADD, the ADHD.
yeah.
The
it's
fact-
hard.
Like, do I have to? Like,
You're my friend already, so thank God, because if I would have ever heard you say, I just want to watch the movie, I would have disowned you prior
well,
to this.
see, I don't feel that way anymore. It's like now I'd rather do both because I love to compare. But like back then, it's like, let's just keep it.
I've thought of a good segue. Anybody excited for the new Harry Potter series
There's a new Harry Potter series.
on HBO?
Oh my God.
Now?
I did
One
fucking see
season
that.
per book. They're filming it right now.
What?
Like there's promo photos of the Harry dresses Harry coming out. Like
It's
there's
so
so like
cool.
original, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
what I thought.
Dude,
Ooh.
I'll totally watch that. That
Yeah.
sounds sick.
I
think
literally
it's
saw
I think
that.
it's time for a reread before it comes around because I'll tell you what's happened to me a lot, and I mean a lot. I definitely have lost track of what's book and what's movie with Harry Potter.
Same. That's insane. Yeah, same.
And I've got a couple friends who are still way more into it than I ever was, and I can ask them. Like, I do a rewatch of the movies. It seems like if I have a really hard month, all of a sudden I'll sit down and watch all the Harry Potter movies, and then watch all the Lord of the Rings movies, and it sort of refreshes me.
Twilight.
Well,
My
maybe I should
show-
add that to the list. Marathon right here on the Tendo on the floor.
Twilight.
But all that being said, I've been wanting to reread the Harry Potter books into adulthood, and I always swore if I had a kid, I would buy those illustrated versions. Have you seen these?
Yeah, those are so cool.
I remember when they did the first one, and it had to have been like 10 years ago, and I still don't think they're done because the guy's taken a few years to do every one of them.
Yeah.
It's some specific dude, and he's done them all in the same art style. And I would really, really like to. I always thought I'd get those and read them if I had a kid, read them to my kid. So I don't know. I feel like I should just hold off on the reread until he's ready.
Gift idea
This
for
is
Dallas.
so funny that we're
Keeping
talking
it
about
in there.
this because literally the video I was filming today, I mentioned how much of a dork for Harry Potter I was whenever I was a kid. It was like my biggest obsession at the age of like 5 years old. I didn't understand any of the real underlying tones to it. All I knew was that magic wizard dude, kid, me kid, this is great. You know, like we have so much in common.
Owl, letter.
Not actually. My
New
parents
World.
didn't neglect me. But
Mine did.
But I remember specifically like one time in like kindergarten, my librarian also really liked Harry Potter, and I showed it to school one day, and I accidentally scratched myself on the forehead like the night before, and I was like, "Check out what I got, teach!" Just because I was like, "It's like Harry Potter," and she was like, "That is really cool, read," and
That
she was
is
super
so
supportive.
sick.
But yeah, that is so cool of you. But
I mean, my earliest memory of a teacher being really supportive of it was Harry Potter, too, because they had us. It had to be in 5th grade, I think, and I think the 4th book was going to come out. I don't know if that math's right, but it was something like that. And it was like almost like a homeroom lunch study period kind of thing. I don't know. It was a thing they did at my middle school or 5, 6 center, we called it. And she was having us go down the aisles, and we would each read a paragraph. And if your paragraph was short, that's fine. That's all you had to read. And if you had a big ass long paragraph, and I was pretty stoked for that because I was like. Unfortunately, some kids couldn't read aloud very well, but I could. Like, I was already doing it in a voice with gusto, and I was really into it. And so, but like, I couldn't stand waiting until like every 3 days we did this. I couldn't stand waiting because I wanted to know what happened. So I ended up finishing the book really quickly. But I would read ahead and keep my place, and I did really good, like, but I wasn't fooling my teacher.
I used to do that shit where you would have to listen to them read and you get bored, so you just start me and Dallas.
Well, I wasn't good enough at it. My teacher didn't catch me, and she brought me up after class, and I was always that kind of kid that was afraid of getting in trouble. So she's like, "I know you're reading ahead," and I was like, "Oh no, I'm going to be in trouble." She handed me the second one, and then she continued to do that the rest of the year.
That is so cool.
She
That
gave me
is
the
genuinely
second,
so cool.
The second and the third one, and then over that next summer, I checked the 4th one out at the public library. And this was crazy because the 4th one would have been new, and I went there as soon as I could and like bugged the people at the library to get on the waiting list.
Really?
And they put me on it before they even had it because I was so eager. So I got the library copy of the 4th one before anybody and read the shit out of it. I probably read it in a couple days, which is saying something for that giant ass book.
Do you remember what book was it?
The 4th Harry Potter, Goblet of Fire.
Oh, okay. I didn't realize you were still talking about the Harry Potter books. I thought
Yeah.
this was a different series. Cool.
This
No.
is slightly off topic, but since you brought up like a good teacher you had, this teacher, I don't even know. Honestly, I have him on Snapchat. I'm gonna just send him a link to this video so you can watch it. I was a fucking outcast my entire school years. So my senior year of high school, This is embarrassing because you guys all think I'm cool. I'm not. I fucking suck. I was eating my lunch in the fucking school bathroom like some fucking teenager on like loser. Yeah, like those like teenage movies where you're making fun of. Yeah, that was me. And then I was walking to said bathroom one day, and this teacher stops me. He's like, "What you doing?" And I was like, "Going to eat lunch." And he's like, "Where?" And I was like, "Wherever you want me to." He's like, "Why don't you just come in?" And he brought me into his classroom. He was one of my teachers, just not that year, because like I had finished all the. I was a dumbass. So my like last science class was like Earth and Space Science. That was dope though. Awesome class. And we watched The Mitchells versus the Machines. Have you ever watched that?
Probably top 3.
I haven't seen it yet.
Movies.
I haven't seen it yet, but I really want to watch it. So please
Probably
don't spoil
top 3 favorite animated movies, at least on Netflix for sure.
I literally sat like at first I was like, I've never seen this. He was like, I think you'll dig it. My boys love it. And I was in tears if they ended that movie.
I guess he was trying to shit like it was like you were the creative one, and because
I
that's
was
what
in
you know what I mean. The movie's like very much so about outcasts. I mean, really.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, that was crazy. I mean, we didn't finish it in the one day. Of course, I went back to his classroom, and the rest of the year I never ate in the bathroom again. That was pretty much the story. He's a dope dude. And then I also had to do a decades project my senior year, which was I got the 90s, which was awesome. And I had to do like he was in high school in the 90s, so I have like a picture of him, and he wore his senior like t-shirt to school, and he was like, it's about it was too small, like his belly was hanging out. He's like, I can only wear this for the picture, and then I have to change.
That's funny. Well, Mitchell's and the Machine, you saying that was why you were in high school is crazy, because when at the height of me,
I feel like that came out way after we.
No, that math's right. It's just funny because I was in the middle of doing YouTube and doing my daily thing, and I just all of a sudden one day was just like, Tendo, have you seen Mitchell's and the Machines? And I'm talking one video one day, it was like 30 people like, you've got to go watch this. But it's because they're the Furby. It was the Furby.
Yes, I literally, that's why I mentioned it to you, and you were like, of course I've seen that. And I was like, what does
the Furby say right before he dies? He's like, once more back into the abyss.
He's like, I must sleep now and go back to the darkness or something like that. Yeah. And then it's just a humongous, and he just passes out.
Yeah. Well,
don't spoil it. I just said.
There's Furby. You had plenty of time.
We're not playing the spoiler game.
It came out 5 years ago.
You've had time.
You've had time.
Wait, it came out in 2020?
It might have came out in 2021. Either or. You had
I was thinking it was like 2024.
It might have been a COVID movie. That sounds right.
I was thinking it was way later.
No, it was definitely a while ago because I was at the height of my Furby collection, and that's the only reason it ever got on my radar.
Now that you bring up COVID, where were you guys when that first shutdown happened? Because I was in my sophomore year of high school. March, spring break, sophomore year of high school.
I never thought about that. Y'all were in high school?
You were a freshman.
My sophomore year. No, it was my sophomore year.
It had to be crazy.
2023, but it was my sophomore year whenever we had to go out.
COVID was 2021.
COVID was 2020.
That was my sophomore year.
You need to rewire your brain for numbers.
I guess so.
I never thought about the fact y'all were in high school. Y'all were in school for COVID. That's crazy.
We were in high school.
That had to be nuts. What year did you graduate?
2022.
Okay, but you got to go back to school the next year? Imagine being one of those kids that just had to graduate
My daughter's
from
dad
home.
was.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, he was pissed. That was an awful experience, honestly. I think the worst part about it was a lot of kids in his grade went to the military. They did not get to experience, like they had to go to boot camp. They just got their what are they called, degrees?
GED.
Whatever, they got diploma. They got that mailed in the mail, and they didn't ever get the chance to have that walk.
Yeah, you hear stories like that all the time.
Yeah.
And this brings up another interesting point. For years, probably up until I'd say this year last for me as a personal, like a look at my personal experience, it just seems still like a daily part of the conversation to talk about something that COVID affected or had an effect on.
Honestly.
I don't find myself talking about it so much anymore, but to answer your question, I was in Phoenix, Arizona at the beginning of this YouTube thing. I think I probably had like 1,000, 2,000 subs before COVID. And then during COVID, I shot up to like 5,000 or 7,000 or maybe more because it became this thing where everyone was stuck at home looking for something to watch, and so I made a lot of content and grew a lot, and yeah, I mean, it really had a positive effect in that regard. But and then restrictions were lifted in Arizona a lot sooner than other places, so I was really early on getting back out to the thrift, and that really boosted my channel.
Oh yeah.
Where were you during COVID?
So I do remember now. I was in my freshman year of high school, and it was like January or February 13th, because I remember it was Friday the 13th is the day whenever we didn't go back to school, and we March. Yes, it was March 13th, and we never went back to school for like I think the rest of that year, and then the next year we went back for a while, and it was just like on and off and on and off.
What's
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, what's even crazier about that is like I don't know how your school went or if you even knew about this, but like our school didn't know what the fuck to do,
Ours didn't
and like
either.
everybody failed their classes because no one knew how to complete. These teachers were not taught how to teach completely online. I failed German. I failed my math, and they passed us. Like everybody
I was going to ask if the grade stuck. That's crazy.
Anything past March 13th of that year, zeroed out. It didn't matter. You graduated with
That's
our
crazy.
grades from before COVID happened.
That's wild.
So if you were failing a class, then you had to retake it the next year, like in March. But like, I know, like but the anxiety and stress that put on all those kids, because all of us genuinely thought we were fucked.
I mean, what did most of you work hard at school while at home, or did everybody just kind of?
We were
F off?
trying, and then, I mean, I probably didn't try as hard as some people because I was so lost. Doing 8 hours of schoolwork at home was hell. And I was probably solid for about 3-ish weeks, and then once it was starting to hit a month, I was like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
And I just gave up. I'm gonna be honest, I didn't do shit.
Hey, it worked out. They just passed you.
I can't even lie. I was thriving during COVID school-wise. Like, I hated being at the building. I hated being around the people. It was just like, give me 2 hours on the Monday, and that whole week is going to be done. And that's exactly what I did. I would do all of my work for the week in that one Monday, and then I would literally just chill out at home because we didn't have to be on Zoom calls or anything.
I burnt out a little early. Oh, we did. We had to.
Yeah, we didn't have to do that.
So you had to try hard. Where did you guys go to school?
I went to Southridge.
Where's that? Is that the one
Huntingburg.
on the other side of yeah, you drive past it?
Yeah.
I went to Du Bois, which is, I
That's
think,
why.
a significantly
That's
smaller
why.
school. I think.
Interesting.
I think it is.
Yeah.
Southridge is small already. Jasper's like 3 times the size of Southridge. Like
Interesting.
our high school and middle school are put together.
Interesting.
You just walk straight into it.
But I'm trying to think of how old I was in 2021. I'm not going to try to do the math, but
I was 17, if that helps.
yeah. Well, I was just way.
18.
I was
Yeah, because
just.
I think I was 17.
I'm trying to think. I had to have been 10 years out of high school. So it was kind of.
Elderly.
Yeah, no doubt. Well, hold on. Let me do the math. Let me think about this. Actually, it's way worse than that. So I was like 13 or 14 years out of high school, so I was way past that. But it's crazy to think about, and I don't think about COVID much anymore. I think the most that I thought about it after, like that next year, was just like, thank God we don't have to do these masks anymore. And it's still probably a weekly occasion that a YouTube video auto plays and somebody has a mask on.
Yeah.
And so that still makes me think about it, but otherwise I don't think about it much. But thank God it's over.
The only thing that makes me think about it is because like a lot of places still have like their social distancing stickers on the ground and stuff. Yeah. That's one thing that I always see. And it's just like, yes, Goodwill's just like the little footsteps or circles or whatever every 6 feet or so. And that's the
I'm
thing
so
I always
sorry
point
to cut
out.
you off,
Go ahead.
but I have had a baby, and
Shut the fuck up and let her talk.
and I have drank like 3 cups of sweet tea. Bladder non-existent. I'll be back.
Well, it's
Cuts
funny.
me off to go piss.
Yeah, that's all that was. I thought she was about to drop something serious.
I did
honestly.
too. I thought we were gonna get some serious Bethany lore.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say we're almost at wrapping this up, guys. We don't know necessarily what we're gonna do with this podcast. I just know the 3 of us like talking to each other, and clearly JJ's into this. He's been enthralled this whole time.
Yeah,
So
JJ's been very into the conversations, I feel like.
Yeah, and so if you got any topics you want us to breach on Tendo on the floor, we'll be happy to hear those. We'll probably end up doing some of these live. I don't have internet here in my apartment yet, so it's not so easy. But I think I would rather do this live and have it.
Yeah,
chat
I do too.
interaction.
Because I mean, I loved personally doing the Duck Duck lives and podcasts whenever we did them at the store. So like, I would absolutely love to do that kind of stuff again.
We'll probably do that, and it probably won't be as structured, and we try to go over things. We'll probably just do what we're doing and have you guys.
I mean, yeah, just like kind of like Twitch streaming where you just kind of do it. And go.
IRL stuff.
Yeah.
Mostly just because, like, I don't know. I don't want to stress us out and have to plan too much. And I don't want to have to worry about topics like you know.
Yeah, I feel like making this a more leisurely kind of thing is the way to go.
Yeah, we might do other things. I think it might be that, and then I kind of wanted to maybe on holidays do like a proper structured show, which is what I originally did on my channel. Like if you go way back and look on my channel, like on any holiday, it would be a live show, and we'd be doing like talk show stuff.
Reminds me a lot of like Rhett and Link whenever they do like the Halloween shows and stuff, where like you can buy a ticket for $5 or whatever, and you get to see like them curse or whatever it is.
Oh,
but,
like you're talking when they do like live theater shows,
like that too. But like they also sell like the digital tickets, but like or live streamer or whatever. But
interesting.
Yeah, it's a similar kind of thing, but it's really cool.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I every YouTuber's gonna dream about being a bigger YouTuber, and the stuff that interested me the most about having a larger audience was being able to do like some big YouTubers do like touring shows. They'll do a few cities.
Oh yeah, like Game Grumps. Like I love Game Grumps.
There's a lot of channels that are big enough to do that, and that would be fun. I would love to do that kind of thing on the road. But we have 15,000 subs. 2 of y'all would show up.
Yeah,
maybe more.
And we would happily talk to both of you.
Yeah. We'll go to Waffle House or something.
Me and Reed are the people being exploited, so you guys come see us.
Help us.
Oh yeah, I was. By the way, I was gonna ask that. You said we were gonna do some of these live because I was intrigued.
Yeah, you were at. Could you hear us at all?
Yeah. I hope you guys couldn't hear my piss. So sorry.
Well, I didn't, but I can't speak for the microphones. They're a bit sensitive.
That's staying long.
If you've gotten all the way to the end of this podcast, I do appreciate it, guys. I'm sorry if the audio's bad. I need to sit over there next time and monitor it because I don't have any idea what we're picking up right now.
Yeah,
honestly,
I'm too much
you
of
guys
a dumbass
are awesome.
to see myself.
Yeah.
Hopefully. Maybe they heard the intensive sweet tea chugs because I had this up to my.
This was full. This was full when we started. We should just go until it's gone. Maybe that's how the podcast.
How long does it take for us to finish a jug of sweet tea?
Stay tuned.
Or like we'll have to, if we do them live, we'll do some sort of game, and whoever loses has to chug what's left. That would really make you go pee. That's probably like 3 times your bladder.
Honestly, it does not exist anymore. When I tell you infants just abuse, like, bro, I wish I could like have an ultrasound and like see where my organs are at now because I know for a solid fact they are not in the right spot.
Yeah, got it all pushed around and stretched out.
Well, yeah, because I was huge. I don't know how. Baby was like 8 pounds. Literally, you're huger. Huger.
Hey, she just made a fat joke, buddy. A response?
But I remember my kidneys being on like opposite sides of each other. Like one was way over here and one was way up here, like really close to my ribs. And I was like, "Is that okay?" And they're like, "Oh yeah."
That's normal. There was a good bit of that when he was born. Like he had some severe bruising when he came out, and they were just like, "That's normal." Well, I was like, "Okay, I mean, I trust you guys, but I wouldn't have known."
Didn't know babies came out purple. By the way, I was like, "What's this?"
Yeah. Why does he look like that?
Just give it time.
Yeah.
She has no blood circulation. And I was like,
hold on.
"Oh, did you also know that babies drink their own pee? Like when they be glugging that, like they just everything they release into you, they take back in, but they don't poop inside of you.
Yeah.
If they do, it's dangerous. I don't know. I mean,
I was gonna say,
I don't know how that works.
because now we're just going to talk about how babies work, but I do know
Back to poop again. God damn it.
A few days after he was born, it almost became a problem that his first poop hadn't come out, that black stuff that comes out. So I knew that was a thing, but he ended up being all right. And now he's a mega pooper, if I must say so myself.
I mean, if you guys want to know some more, like Raven decided to wait just until she was right on my chest, and I felt a horrible warm gush, and I was like, "Hey guys, what was that?" Nurse slips the towel. "Oh, she pooped on you." And I was like, "Nice."
It happened that quick. I think it took him a while.
I was worried. I mean, to be fair, I was like overdue.
Oh,
So
really?
that's why they were like inducing me, and like that's like my slight fear is like I'm glad I got induced because like I guess her bowels were working pretty quick because it was like instant.
Yeah.
Like
Well, to wrap this up, we were talking about doing some live ones. It really comes. We
Not
would
babies.
probably have gone live for this, but I don't have internet here yet. That's a whole other thing.
we'll do my apartment next time.
I've been mooching off of Bethany's internet. That's another one of those. Hey, what are y'all doing? Texts is like I am here once again for your internet text.
Sometimes he's already at my door. I'm like, man, why'd you even ask?
But we'll do some live ones. I have a lot of special guests I want to have on. Probably Skype. I don't know. We almost had special guests on this one, but it didn't work out.
Nacho King, you want to be a special guest? Where at?
Nacho King. Love you,
Better
Nacho
come in here,
King.
man.
Yeah, he'll probably. I'm sure.
We're waiting
sure
for
he's
you.
watching.
Nacho King is bae.
But we'll find other people to have on, and then doing it live with the chat interaction will probably help us with topics too. Because otherwise, I don't know what to talk about. We'll just talk about babies the whole time. And
I wonder if anyone that sees me at the liquor store knows me from here.
The liquor store.
I'm-
The liquor store.
they'll let you know now. But the guys, thanks for watching Tendo on the Floor. We'll definitely be excited to see you on the next one. Hit the subscribe button. Help this channel get back up on its feet. It hasn't had any videos on it in years now, 2 or 3 years. Any final thoughts right before we go? No rabbit hole stuff. Give us a final thought of the day.
Smash that like button.
Smash that like button.
This was fun.
Bro
I don't know.
fist.
Okay, Jasper. Thank you, buddy. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Peace out.